The last thing I would say is that we are here to help Bangladesh to grow, succeed, and become an Asian tiger. The agreement on reciprocal trade in the art, as Dave said, it's only a 32-page document. By the way, you can show me how many of you have read the agreement on reciprocal trade in the art. Okay, so we have a little homework to do. In my homework assignment, I sent a copy of it to Amaral, 32 pages. The vast majority of it are things that are going to make your lives easier. They're things that are going to increase the speed and importing for intellectual property, for digitization, all the things that you've been wanting to do anyway. Bangladesh has agreed to do that with the United States, and we are here to implement those things. So we ask you to be our partners, to implement that art and to highlight the benefits to Bangladesh, because we want to see you succeed. We want to see you grow. And my job as a commercial attaché is to facilitate more American business here and to be successful. So we're having a great time doing it. One specific thing you mentioned about the ports, we just met with BIDA and other ministries in Dhaka earlier this week. There were 5 or 6 officials that went from Dhaka to the United States, to Washington, D.C. and Baltimore for an entire week earlier this month. They had a very, very productive conversation with about 30 different U.S. companies, and we now have a lot of momentum toward working on Machhabari Port, Bay Terminal, Mongla Port, other key priority projects. So it went from very high level, just talking about concepts, to now having actual U.S. companies that are active. So to us, we're excited about that. So those are just some things that we are working on. And we do have a few topics and things that we hope. I know you all have prepared some things, but before I finalize my comments, we are hoping to hear from you on what are things that the U.S. Embassy can do to help facilitate ease of doing business in Chittagong and in Bangladesh. What are some specific topics that you'd like us to emphasize when we're talking with the government? We're interested in hearing about transport links between Dhaka and Chittagong. That's a key. Obviously, the country's most vital artery for commerce is between Dhaka and Chittagong. How can that get better developed? What are specific things that you're working on that you want to accomplish? For example, we know the train service is not as direct as it could from here to Dhaka. How to solve that? And we are working with the rail ministry and interacting with the rail ministry on a variety of things. How to get goods and products more quickly throughout the country. You all are working here right at the mouthpiece of the country. I mentioned port development, so I won't repeat that, but we're interested in how can we be part of the port of the future. How about the business environment? How is it working with the government? And what are things that you want us to be aware of to make this an easier place to do business? So those are just some things that we're interested in hearing from you, but of course you have your topics that you will share. So thank you for allowing us to come.
HM Expert B500 CWR স্বাধীনতার সুবর্ণ জয়ন্তীতে নতুন বাংলাদেশ গড়ার প্রত্যয় HM Steel